After more than 7 years since the Warrior Cats movie rights were originally handed off to Alibaba Pictures, we have brand new Warrior Cats movie news. As far as we know, they still haven't started. Yeah. But the new announcement is that the company Coolabee, owner of Warrior Cats, has closed a deal with Tencent Video to develop the first authorized official animation for Warrior Cats, which is not Alibaba Pictures. So while they don't say it, the assumption is that the original deal is out, and a day later Victoria Homes confirmed the old movie was in fact cancelled, only ever getting a production company and a script before it happened. That's pretty sad. I guess there's a new piece of Warrior Cats lost media, the scrapped script. Poor writers. Anyway, now Tencent is the company with the Warrior Cats adaptation rights. They say film and TV, so they have both. We could get an animated series, an animated film, or some mix of both. Or neither. Nothing is guaranteed. The branch of Tencent they were working with is Tencent Video, which is actually the 4th largest streaming service according to data from 2021. We just don't hear about it as much because it's made for China. So it's without a doubt a big company with a lot of funding to make a good Warrior Cats animation, just not familiar to Western culture. And while yes, it is a Chinese streaming service, do not worry about it only being in Chinese. The animation may originally be made in Chinese, but they would not be pushing the announcement this hard on their English platforms, like the Instagram and the official website, if they weren't planning to distribute it beyond that. There will definitely be an English release on a platform that we have access to. Jeremy Banks, Coolabee CEO, says he looks forward to seeing Warrior Cats on screens, big and small, across the world. So it will be available internationally, and maybe even in theaters as well as streaming. So to summarize, official Warrior Cats animation, adapting the original characters and storylines from Warrior Cats, movies and TV shows are both on the table, Tencent Video has the rights. But we don't know. We don't know exactly how they will be distributed. Of course, streaming on Tencent Video for the Chinese market is a given, but we don't know anything about plans for theatrical releases or international releases yet. We don't know which company will actually animate it. The assumption is that they're working on that behind the scenes and will announce it when they're ready. We don't know the time frame. We could be waiting until the 2030s for all we know. So definitely temper your expectations. This deal bears no confirmation that the animation will actually be released. Companies can always cancel stuff. We're still playing the waiting game. You think Warrior Cats would learn after hyping up that Alibaba Pictures deal that amounted to nothing, and not say, Warrior Cats official animation is coming! About a project that is so early in production it might not materialize. But clearly not. Also, let's briefly talk about Tencent. As much as I'm excited for official Warrior Cats movies and or show, I am not thrilled to see the name Tencent attached to it. To summarize, they're just a supermassive and greedy company, with many of the controversies that usually come with giant tech companies. They are one of the largest companies involved in gaming, whose success is attributed to games filled with aggressive microtransactions. They've been investigated over privacy concerns, and this month they laid off over 500 employees from their subsidiary, Riot Games, one of the largest layoffs in the gaming industry. And I mean, yeah, similar things can be said about a lot of the potential companies that Warrior Cats could have gone to. The creative industry as a whole sucks, so I'm not going to complain about Tencent for too long. Tencent involvement won't stop me from watching. It's just worth noting that Tencent is not your friend. It's a double-edged sword having such a big company handle the movie, because in theory they have a lot of money to fund it, but on the other side, they're big enough that they could just as easily cancel it at a moment's notice without really suffering significant loss. Like how Netflix canceled their Wings of Fire series to cut costs. Also, I saw some people complaining that Warrior Cats wouldn't just hire fan animators for a project, and unfortunately that just wouldn't work. Let's be real for a second. They don't lack talent, it's just that Coolabee doesn't have an animation division or the money to start one. So unless one of you owns a $340 billion company, good luck getting their attention. And that's all I have to discuss for now. Any thoughts you have on this deal? Feel free to share in the comments. Alright, bye everyone.